Greek yogurt bagels. Greek yogurt bagels. Greek yogurt bagels. Hello, party people. Welcome back or welcome to the party if you're new. I don't know. I don't have too much to say about this one. This is like her talking about her when she got her job at Mac. I'm just like snagging some videos here and there because I'm interested. I have not seen these super old videos. I haven't seen. And then, like I've said a million times, from the time that she meets Yar, like even a little bit before that, I think I kind of fell off of watching her. Initially, I had thought it was when she met Yar, but now I'm thinking it was shortly after her and Alan broke up the second time. Like from then until about 2023, like literally Vlogmas, I didn't watch her. So I watched her for a good bit, like for about 3 or 4 years. And yeah, and then I had started watching her again, and then a lot of things happened. So let's just see what this video is about.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a very exciting video today. I know a lot of you guys already know that I just got my dream job at MAC Cosmetics.
I had no idea that was her dream job. Fun fact, I wanted to work at MAC too, but like the MAC that I had talked to the girls at the counter at, they had like all of these stringent things. So I'm wondering if she's going to go over that too and if it's going to be the same stuff. Because like to me, it seemed very clear that they didn't want me to work there. But like there were so many things, and then they were like, oh yeah, and we're not really hiring right now anyway. So I'm curious to see what she says.
Not working full-time or part-time, but just as a freelance makeup artist for now. The bottom line is it's a foot in the door, so I'm excited. A lot of you guys have asked me to do a process about how everything happened, so here I am to tell you all about it. I actually got inspired to make this video because I just went and filled out my employment paperwork today, so I'm all excited. So the first thing that happened is, I don't know if you guys know this, most of you have been following me for kind of a while, so you know a couple years ago I had first applied to MAC then, and I had gone on my first interview and then I went on my makeup interview, but it was a couple of years ago, either 2 years ago, I think it was about 2 years ago, and to be honest, I was super nervous and I bombed the makeup interview. Like, I'm just being honest here. My skills were not as strong and I was super nervous, shaky hands, messy eyeliner. It was bad. But I had a really, really good connection with the manager, and you know, we vibed really well, and she told me to reapply when I felt like my skills had improved and I was ready to try again. So that was really cool. I went through cosmetology school, you know, I kind of just been doing a lot more freelance work with makeup in general and improving my skills since then. So I kind of just decided that, you know, recently it's been time to go back, because to be honest, as much as I really like doing hair and I have my cosmetology license, makeup is where I am most passionate. You guys probably know that. I love doing makeup tutorials and things of that nature. Buying makeup, it's a problem. So I decided to go back and reapply to this MAC. Actually, I went back and I dropped off my resume, and then I think maybe a week later I got an email for a career call in the area, which I didn't even, it was totally unexpected, and it was really funny because I actually had like a breakdown the night before I got that email to my mom. I was like, I want like to have my dream job, like I kind of was just reevaluating my career and life situation, and you know, my heart's always been like, I've been wanting to work there for so long, and I was kind of just trying to figure out where I want to be.
I feel like she didn't work there for very long, maybe a year or so. So, you know, the way she talks about it, this is her dream job, and she's so hyped up about it and upset that she didn't have it. I'm curious to know what happened for her to no longer be working there.
So I woke up the next morning and I had gotten an email saying that there was a career call for the New England area for all the locations. So I immediately was like, oh my gosh, this is a sign from God. Like, thank you for this opportunity. I was thrilled. It came at the perfect time. So I got that email and I signed up for that immediately, and I got my time slot and my interview slot. So the career call ended up being 2 rooms, one for the interviewing with actually a bunch of very, very, very important people with MAC, all the recruiters for New England, all of like the really important people, and then in the other room they had 3 people doing makeup at a time, and it was at like this local business building, and They had brought all the makeup and had it all set up in the room. So they had like groups going of 3 at a time, and they were busting them out all day. And my interview was towards the end, and I was like, wow, they've been doing this all day. There were so many people there. So I went in and did the interview first. I brought my little cousin with me for her to be my makeup model. All we had to bring was a set of clean makeup brushes and our model. So I brought my little cousin because she has the perfect face for makeup. Like, doing her makeup is always a joy because it's lovely.
I wonder if she bought Greta or Lucia.
And she's like only 13. She's a little trooper. I love her. We get in there and they ended up having us like rotate our models. Poor girl looked horrified. My little cousin was like, oh. I guess they wanted to throw that at you, like expect the unexpected kind of thing. So, because you have to be able to work on anybody, you know, you can't just work on your desired people. So, you know, it kind of worked out. We all had to rotate partners. So I did the makeup, and they had asked us to do, I think, she wants to look simple but have one feature pop, and we can interpret it how we want it. They throw a twist at you, which is really, really good, and it's just the way the market is, especially working at makeup or MAC or whatever. So I did the makeup portion after the interview portion. The interview at the career call, they asked pretty basic questions, but they had 3 of us in at a time, and there was a lot of them, so they would kind of go through and ask us questions about ourselves, about like challenges we faced with makeup, like our improvements, our struggles, things of that nature. It felt very natural talking to them. They're all amazing people. I'll say everyone I've encountered at MAC so far has been a complete joy.
I don't know, maybe it's just the MAC girls that I had encountered. Now, it's been a very long time since I've gone to MAC, and part of it is because the interactions that I had with the people who worked at MAC was very unpleasant. Like I said, I had that interaction. Now, that was a while ago. That was like in 2011 when I wanted to work there. And that interaction put me off it a little bit, and then after some time went by, I did eventually like buy makeup from MAC, and I had a few more interactions in different MAC stores, and it just never really, like, it always rubbed me the wrong way. They always, I don't know, were just kind of like snooty and looking down their nose at me, and it's kind of like, I'm here to buy makeup. Like, I don't, what is your deal? Like, but yeah, so, and to this day, I don't really use or buy MAC makeup anymore. I don't know. I think there was a time where MAC was that girl, like MAC was the gold star, and now it's just moved so far beyond what MAC has ever offered, you know, with places like Sephora and Ulta opening up and all the different brands, you know, all these. Like, we have Fenty Beauty, we have ColourPop, we have things like Natasha Denona and Viseart and Hourglass, and it's just, there's so much more out there now than there was when MAC was like really monopolizing the makeup game.
They are so sweet and wonderful and creative and fabulous. So the interview process, I left feeling really, really good about. And the first time I had gone through on my interview, I was so nervous, and I was still really new to the cosmetology, like, career field. Like, I'd always done it as a hobby, but not as a career. So coming around this time, I knew what to expect more. I was more brave and focused and like on top of the interview. So I had really prepared myself for this time around. I left there not knowing when I was going to be hearing back. I didn't even know if I would hear back from anybody because we didn't have any of that information. But when I was there, they had asked where I would want to be working, like what was my desired location, what was my desired position, and I was informed that they had freelance on call. So when they call you and let you know when they need you, whether it's like a busy season or a wedding party or something like that, it's on call, and it's just for freelance. You go in when they need you, and then you can work your way to part-time or full-time. Yeah. So I think maybe 5 days later, I had got a call from the manager at my desired location, which is actually pretty close to me. It's not too bad. And I was actually really excited, and she wanted to have me in for an interview at that location. And I immediately was so happy, like, oh, my world just lit on fire. So I was thrilled. I just went in to have an interview with her this past Friday. You guys have seen videos on it. And I just went in there and I had a really basic talk with her. She asked me pretty basic interview questions, but also kind of explained to me about the company and seeing if I could like comply with what they need. Like, not only are you teaching the makeup as you're doing it and selling and all of that, she was kind of just explaining to me how all of that works. It was pretty standard interview questions, just to kind of see if you fit well, and just kind of, it was just like talking, and we vibed really well, and she's super sweet, so I feel like that went well. And she had explained to me at the time that there were no part-time or full-time counter jobs open at any locations even nearby right now, but she said that they would be hiring for freelance, and she said she had a couple more people to interview and she would call me by next Thursday. That was on Friday. So then actually on Monday I got a call from her and she had offered me the job, and I felt like, oh, I freaked out. Like, I don't know how I maintained so calm on the phone, but I was super thrilled and so freaking out. So I actually just went in today to fill out my paperwork, and yeah, so I guess now I have to wait to get all the paperwork through the system and everything, because MAC is a very big company and it takes a lot of time, and I will not be starting there for probably a month or two. But I'm thrilled. I'm okay with waiting. I am more than happy to take you guys along this journey with me. When it comes to what I wore, MAC is very professional and has to maintain an image for sure. So, you know, wear all black on your interview. Try not to even do pops of color. It needs to be black or like rose gold, gold, silver, like accent, nothing too crazy. Like, it needs to be very chic and modern and, you know, well-fitting, just fashion forward. It was funny because at the interview, at the career call, it's like we all just like, I felt like everybody looked so professional and amazing, and everybody's work was so good. It's just, there's so much amazing artistry out there.
I will say that is something I was always kind of curious about. Like, I always knew they had to wear all black. I've heard stories, because I've had friends in the past who have worked at MAC. I've heard stories about like the way they've had to do their makeup, and even at like MAC counters inside like a Macy's or I think Belk at one time had MAC counters inside, or a Dillard's or anything like that. They still have to obviously maintain that level, and they have to like have certain makeup styles, and you can't wear certain things, and you have to make, you know, like if something is discontinued or whatever, you can no longer wear that at the counter. So I do find that kind of interesting.
I think makeup is just such a beautiful, creative artistry that can be very underestimated, and it's totally an art, and it's amazing that people are so gifted. Like, I get chills just like thinking about it. People are really amazing and the talent is awesome, so I feel very blessed even to just have my foot in the door. I was told that I can hopefully work my way up to getting a full-time position there eventually, but for now I'll be doing freelance work and going in when they need me, and yeah, and I guess I'm going to be trained while I'm there. But if you get promoted to part-time or full-time, you go through the full MAC training program, so that would be an amazing experience. I still feel blessed just to have made it to this point now, so I'm thrilled. That's pretty much the process. I can't wait to start working. Hopefully I can get my foot in the door to start before November, but it depends how long my paperwork takes to process. But it kind of works out well because you guys know I have another job now until then, and I have you guys, and I just want to make lots and lots more videos. Don't worry, a lot of you guys have been like, a lot of people get a job at MAC and then they stop making videos. I promise that's not gonna happen. Like, you guys are my world.
I swear every beauty guru in this era, like, they got their start working at a MAC counter. So I feel like they all became popular because they were working at a MAC counter, not like they started working at MAC and then they just fell off.
Literally though, like, life without YouTube, it's not a life. And it's fun because you guys are always so supportive and amazing, and I want to take you guys on this journey with me. Like, it's not a journey without you guys. I love having you guys around with me for this whole process called life. For all of you guys who wished me well and sent me positive vibes, I am so appreciative. You guys rock. I just love you guys so much. And I'm really happy that this new journey is beginning. Like, I still feel like I'm dreaming. Like, this job, I've wanted it for so long, so like, the fact that I even just got a little foot in the door is just like, yes. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I don't know if I just rambled that whole time or if I made it clear. So if I missed any points, comment them down below and I will gladly comment back and let you guys know, because like I just filled out my paperwork and I'm like all happy and jittery, so I might have missed something. I hope I didn't though. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. I'll keep you guys posted. Bye.
Okay, well, that was a bit of a dud. My apologies. But I am curious to know what happened, like, because I can't remember her ever talking about, like, why she doesn't work there. I'm wondering if she stopped working there because her YouTube was doing better. I'm also curious if she ever actually made it to being at the counter or if she was always freelance, because, I don't know, I feel like those are two totally different positions. But yeah, I definitely am curious about that, and hopefully I can find more. I know there's like at least one other video that I saw something about her working at Mac. So I'll probably look into that. But yeah, sometimes with these older videos, it's hit or miss. I'm trying to do some shorter videos so that I can have a few like pumped out for you guys. Because the longer ones, it takes me so much longer to do them, not only because of the time, but also because my stupid app. Like, once it gets over about 30 minutes, and some of the videos that I want to do are over 30 minutes, the app starts freezing and crashing and doing all kinds of weird stuff, and then I have to, like, go back and undo, and it's just annoying, and I want to have videos for you guys, at least something, like, either to give us a more well-rounded picture of what's going on, like of who she was and you know, where we started from and where we're going, or even if we're just, you know, having a laugh and just snarking and whatever. I just want to leave you guys with something. That way, you know, sometimes you just need a video to get through the day. But yeah, so I would love to know what you guys think about this time in her life. I will say I really did like her hair. I think her hair looked great. I think honestly she should go back to that. That looks really nice. But yeah, so I will meet you guys in the comments, and I'll see you in the next reaction video coming very soon.